went to school at University of Dayton my freshman year of college, and I was really unfocused, really unsure of what I wanted to do in life. And so after a year, I came back home and I worked for a while, just trying to refocus on what I wanted to do in life. And I was looking around. I knew I wanted to go back to school, but I wasn't sure where. I knew I wanted to do something in business, but I wasn't sure what. I was looking around schools in Georgia. KSU had a really strong business program, and so I thought, I would enroll there. And later on, I went on to pursue finance, and through finance, I found Smith. And it's been great ever since.
I think I best contributed to Smith through really taking time to get to know the younger analysts and form personal connections, and try to encourage them as much as possible. A lot of these projects that we undertake, they're extremely daunting, professional type work. A lot of people, kind of don't know where to start, don't know, they're nervous about the entire encounter. And so taking students aside and just meeting, whether that's meeting them on Zoom, at 10 o'clock at night, or, just having conversations and chats with them throughout the day, just to kind of keep their mind on finance, keep their mind invested in, the investment world. And so I think it's the small interactions that really count up and make a bigger difference more than anything, I think. So I've tried to do that with most of the people I've interacted with in the fund.
Well, I had walked past the trading room about 100 times prior to ever knowing what's going on here. I was always interested. I saw Bloomberg up on the wall, and all the tickers and tradings and stock charts everywhere. And I was always super fascinated with what was going on in here. I've been investing since I was really young. My grandpa got me into it. And ever since I've been actively trading throughout my whole life. And so it wasn't until my junior year, I believe, one of my friends in my classes, Jack Pilati, he was in Smith, and I saw one of his projects he was working on in class, and I was asking him all about it, and he was showing me all the work they were doing. And I thought, wow, this is really cool. This is kind of above and beyond everything I've kind of seen people doing at this level in college. And so, he kind of extended an invite to me, and I joined Smith in spring 2020.
While I've been in Smith, I've had an internship with a home building company called Brightwater Homes. I worked in their finance office, and it was kind of a small operation, so I was dealt a lot of important tasks, and I learned a whole lot about lender selection, interest rate financing, banking, and that whole aspect of finance. And so that's given me an experience that a lot of the investment side and analytical work that we do in here doesn't really always come.
My biggest takeaway from Smith is to not be afraid to ask. I think a lot of people out there in life and in the world just want to help people, and makes you feel good to help others. And a lot of people are willing to help you, with lots of stuff, whether that be job applications, whether that be, how to work out some complex math problem. But they don't know if you need help if you don't ask. I think a lot of people are worried about, being perceived as annoying or something of that regard. But I don't think that's how most people are going to view you if you reach out and, really show that you're sincere and you're motivated or driven about whatever it is you're asking about. And so, definitely make sure you utilize all the awesome resources around you. I've met so many cool people just by, asking questions from people who I knew knew stuff that I didn't know. And so, just reaching out and making best use of all your resources is really important.
My favorite part about being in Smith pre-COVID was the outside of school activities that we would do. After sector meetings, we would meet, at a local bar and grill, and, just hang out and have a huge group of people, talking about, the pitches and talking about the market and equities, but also, getting to know each other and, networking, not just with, the professionals and adults that are in the program, but with, all your students around you. Because, a lot of people are still students right now and still in school and, maybe at most working an internship, but who knows where everyone will be in, 15, 20 years. And so, a lot of the personal connections you make now may be around forever.
In the next 5 to 10 years, I hope to be working in the finance world. I've really been kind of digging deep down into valuations, equity modeling, and these types of things. And I would love to, further pursue that. Eventually, I'd love to be able to work for myself and start one of my own funds long-term down in the future. But I think I need to work on my CFA and get a little more professional work experience before we head down that road.
Some advice I would give to people who are just joining the program is to treat this like a job. It goes on your resume as work experience, and you should reflect that within the work that you put in here. if you take it seriously and put a lot of work into it and really try to put forth professional efforts for everything, you're going to get a professional level experience out of it. You're going to get a whole lot of information and a whole lot of connections, and a whole lot of new insights into issues that you wouldn't have even thought were possible before you joined the program. So just reach out and treat it as you would a normal job.